Hello, it's me, Reed. Welcome.
Hi there, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to another Faith at Home listening practice. We're glad to have you with us here today.
We'll be doing Psalm 52 in our relentless movement through the Psalms.
One steady psalm at a time.
There we go.
It is quite a practice in discipline to stay with this. Yeah. So we're glad that you can be with us today. And if you wish to, now is a good time to have something to write on and something to write with. And as we listen to the first reading of the psalm, we're paying attention for something that stands out to us. Not just because we're listening for something to stand out to us, but because we want to listen along with the Spirit for what the Divine Family might be saying to us through this psalm today.
All right. Do you want me to read first?
Okay.
I'll read first then. Psalm 52. And listening. Why do you boast, O mighty one, of mischief done against the godly? All day long you are plotting destruction. Your tongue is like the sharp razor, you worker of treachery. You love evil more than good, and lying more than speaking the truth. You love all words that devour, O deceitful tongue. But God will break you down forever, and will snatch and tear you from your tent, and will uproot you from the land of the living. The righteous will see and fear and will laugh at the evildoer, saying, See, the one who would not take refuge in God, but trusted in abundant riches and sought refuge in wealth. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the steadfast love of God forever and ever. I will thank you forever because of what you have done. In the presence of the faithful, I will proclaim your name, for it is good.
What stands out to me today is the contrast between God, who is steadfast, and the mighty one in the first line. Now, often we use that phrase in the Psalms, the mighty one, to talk about God. But in this psalm, the mighty one that's referenced is just a person who is perhaps mean and angry and plotting destruction and has a sharp tongue, and who loves evil more than good. And so it's quite a contrast between the God who we have come to know and be loved by and then love. So that's what I notice in the reading of the psalm today. That God is good.
Yeah, the line that stuck with me was the righteous will see and fear. It goes on saying laugh at the evildoer, but that didn't. It was just that the righteous will see and fear. That just stuck out to me. You're there. You can see these things happening, and God is with us in those moments.
Thank you. I wonder what you notice as we settle into this first reading. You may pay attention in the next reading for an invitation. How would you describe an invitation today?
It's God speaking and inviting you to. Like that might be an action. It might be as simple as a way of thinking of something, but it's an invitation. It's like a drawing out rather than a pulling or pushing. It's more gentle maybe than force. It's just like, come, here's something, here's an idea, sort of thing. So it's an invitation. It's not force, I guess.
Thank you. So listening for an invitation from Psalm 52 today. Why do you boast, O mighty one, of mischief done against the godly? All day long you are plotting destruction. Your tongue is like a sharp razor, you worker of treachery. You love evil more than good, and lying more than speaking the truth. You love all words that devour, O deceitful tongue. But God will break you down forever. God will snatch you up and tear you from your tent, and will uproot you from the land of the living. The righteous will see and fear and will laugh at the evildoer, saying, "See the one who would not take refuge in God, but trusted in abundant riches and sought refuge in wealth. But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the steadfast love of God forever and ever. I will thank you forever because of what you have done. In the presence of the faithful, I will proclaim your name, for it is good."
The invitation that I heard was, it was actually remonstrating against the evildoer, but the idea that they wouldn't take refuge in God, but the invitation is to take refuge in God rather than go that route, relying on yourself or power or riches or something else to get you through, but to seek refuge in God. That was the invitation I heard.
Mm-hmm. From that place of refuge, the image that comes to mind for me is the image of a seed nestled in a safe place, a refuge, a place of refuge, and growing up. So I have the invitation for me is to be nestled in refuge, but to allow myself to grow like a green olive tree in the house of God. What do you hear, notice, see as an invitation from these words today? We'd love it if you would share with us. It makes our day to hear what God is at work doing in your life. Thank you so much for being with us today.
We'll see you again.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.